In this lecture of e-commerce, we will study the topic which is which comes in the supply chain and supply chain management. The topic name is evolution of supply chain, just in time, or JIT is the short form, and quick response retailing. Then push, pull, and build to order model of supply chains. So these are the very interesting topics. First is evolution of supply chain or in just in time. The meaning of this is the GIT system, just in time system, is an inventory management thinking used to reduce waste and redundant inventory by delivering products, components, or materials just when an organization needs them. Okay, so to reduce the waste, for example, if I take the today's scenario, the COVID-19 scenario, what happens now? The big companies like I'm taking an example, it's a live example I have seen in the market, that Zara, which sells a very good brand of the clothing, which sells the men's shirt. Now they are selling the mask also. How they are selling the mask? When they when they stitches the shirts of the cotton cloth, the wastage of the of cotton cloth is they are utilizing that wastage, and from that wastage they are now stitching the mask and selling in the market. So that is called the very good example of just in time system. Now we need, this is a time and we are providing right now. So it is used to reduce waste and redundant inventory by delivering products, components, or material just when an organization needs them. So GIT inventory principles undoubtedly makes production operations more efficient, cost-effective, and customer responsive. The basic principle of GIT is to have just the right amount of inventory, whether raw materials or finished goods, available to meet the demands of production process and the demands of end customers, no more, no less. This is the basic principle of GIT. So GIT involves producing and delivering finished goods just in time to be sold, partly finished goods just in time to be assembled into finished goods, parts just in time to go into partly finished goods, then materials just in time to be made into parts. So JIT involves all these things. So elements of JIT is just in time manufacturing, total quality management, and respect for people. So we have to follow all the things and supply and manages our supply chain. The objective of JIT. An overall objective is to limit resources used in the manufacturing system to only those who need it. Six objectives that are key part to obtain the overall objectives are: number one, optimize each individual step of the manufacturing system. Number two, make a product without no flaws or defects. Number three, reduce the manufacturing cost. Next, to make a product that is demanded by consumers. The fifth one is there needs to be flexibility in the system. The, the last one is there needs to be a strong and reliable relationship between customers and suppliers. So these are the general six objectives of just in time. Benefits of GIT. Mainly GIT focuses to eliminate the waste. Thus, there are several types of wastage categories. GIT usually identifies seven prominent types of waste to be eliminated: waste from overproduction, transportation waste, processing waste, waste from product defects, waste of waiting for ideal time, and inventory waste. So these are the benefits, so that we can easily manage our um, waste in just in time. We need to eliminate the wastage of our organization. I have taken this very simple and common example of the Zara brand, which stitches the men's clothing generally cotton shirts and all. So now they are making the mask in the scenario of COVID-19 mask, cotton mask from the wastage of that cloth which was used to stitch the shirt. Okay, so this is what how they are controlling their waste. Next topic is about response retailing. Quick response is a vertical strategy where manufacturers provide retailers with goods or services in the exact quantity required on a continuous basis within minimum lead times, resulting in minimum inventory levels throughout the pipeline. QR was created from a project to improve the supply chain management of the daily necessities industries such as textile industry and ECR, that is efficient consumer response concept was created by the processed food distribution industry. Like efficient consumer response, like your Swiggy, Zomato, whatever the customer is ordering immediately within 30 minutes or 45 minutes that should be delivered to the customer. The quick response strategy reduces the time between the sale and the replacement of goods on the retailer's shelf, and it is possible to maintain retail inventories at levels to meet consumers' demands more often than without QR. The aim of the QR are to reduce the waiting time of inventory within the supply chain, to prepare products in response to demand, to eliminate unnecessary stock, to reduce stocks out, to eliminate bottlenecks from the supply chain, to remove unnecessary tasks and automating where possible. So quick response is used to see whether our inventory is not should not be out of stock. Whenever there is a demand in the market, immediately we can uh, respond to the market and supply the product into the market. And to eliminate unnecessary stock, we must also think that if our stock is overburdened, then we must clear the stock. And how to clear the stock? We must frame some strategies so that stock clearance strategy so that stock will remain. Uh, uh, Stock will eliminate immediately. Then three stages of quick response retailing. Stage one: introduction of basic technologies. Stock keeping unit, that is SKU level scanning, standard barcode, use of standard EDI to transmit order and payment details. Then stage two: internal process re-engineering. Cross-docking is the practice of unloading goods from inbound delivery vehicles and loading them directly onto outbound vehicles. Automatic replenishment systems, advances shipping notes. The stage three is collaboration, real-time data sharing, integrated supply chains, product tracking, flatter company structures. Then the last topic is push and pull model of supply chains. What is the push and pull model? The push process includes procurement, manufacturing, and replenishment cycles. And pull processes customer order and cycle. The meaning of this is in push process, execution initiated in anticipation of customer's order, demand is not known and hence acts based on forecast. Similarly, pull processes execution initiated after customer's order is received. Demand is certain. A very good example of this. When a company launches the new product into the market, companies doesn't have any response or any feedback. What is the status of their product in the market? But at the initial stage, what the company first do push process. That means they are initiated uh, and they are initiated their product and uh, anticipate the customer's order. Okay, demand is not known, and and here the demand is not known because everybody don't know about the product. When they will very easily able to uh, know about the product, then you can easily demand it. Okay, this is called the push process. And pull process, execution initiated after customer's order in received. Now there is a shortage in the market, and when a customer need a particular product which is shortage in the market, that means that is called the pull process. The meaning of this is we are pulling the product. So that is called pull process. The push-based supply chains, push type is represented by a make-to-stock in which the production is not based on actual demand. Production and distribution decisions based on long-term forecast, manufacturer demand forecast based on orders received from the retailers and warehouses. Longer reaction time of changing marketplace, inability to meet changing demand patterns, obsolescence of supply chain inventory as demand from certain products, variability of order received much larger than the variability in customers' demand due to the blue whip effect. Excess, inventories due to the need for a large reserve of stocks, larger and more variable production batches, unacceptable service levels, and production obsolescence. And pull-based supply chain pull is a type of represented by make-to-order in which production is based on actual demand. Production and distribution demand driven, coordinated with true customer demand rather than forecast demand. Firm does not hold any inventory and only responds to specific orders. Initiatively attractive, reduced lead times throughout the ability to better anticipate incoming orders from the retailers, reduced inventory since inventory levels increases with lead times, less variability in the system, decreased inventory at the manufacturer due to the reduction in variability. So these are the characteristics of push and pull portions of the supply chain. The push is minimize cost, pull is maximize service level, complexity is high, and pull is low focus resource allocation, and in pull the focus is on responsiveness. In push the lead time is long, and in pull the lead time is short. Processes supply chain management, and here the pull process includes order fulfillment. So all e-commerce enabled SEO, internet and extranet. SEO involves counter checks of materials, information and finances as they move in a process from supplier to manufacturer to wholesaler to retailer to customer. It involves coordinating and integrating these flows both within and among companies. The ultimate goal of any effective SCM is to reduce inventory. Key supply chain enables to link the supplier with the customer by exchanging information instantly. Internet, and extranet are used in e-supply chain as follows. Internet. With the help of internet, a company can advertise about the product and accept online orders. Internet. With the help of internet, an organization can maintain communications within the boundaries of a company. Extranet. It helps to connect the participating companies. It may be the supplier or the customer. A customer can check to other status. Likewise, a supplier can collect data about inventory to know about the replenishment of the inventory. So these are the references of the current topic, and in the next lecture we'll study about the concepts of business process management and business process re-engineering. Till then, thank you.